Today on the Leading Life podcast, we're going to tell you why you need to put you before success.
Welcome to Leading Life, the show all about living to the fullest and leading life on your terms.
You will learn tips, tools, and strategies for achieving total personal transformation.
I'm Bren.
And I'm Cam.
This is Leading Life.
What up? Welcome to this episode of the Leading Life podcast. I got my unicorn in the background. I got my mic. I got my glass of water. I got my bro on Google Hangouts. How you doing, bro?
Great, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good, dude. We're now live, and it's fun. I like being live. So what are we talking about today?
Well, before we got on the show here, I was like, Cam, man, what do you got? What do you want to talk about? He's just like, I don't know. I've been playing music. I'm like, Cam, what have you been up to, man? What have you been talking about? He's like, oh, I don't know. I've been playing music, man. All I got is music. So I said, Cam, today we're going to talk about why you need to put you before success. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because, I've had this written down as a topic to talk about for a while. But this is really important to me because I find a lot of people, myself included, get caught up in the trap of, how to be successful. What do I got to do to be successful? Success. And it's all about success. Success in terms of impact. Success in terms of, income, and success in terms of business, whatever it is for you. We got to talk about why you come before success. And that's what I got for you today, Cam. What do you got today?
I guess we're going to talk about you coming before success because I agree, man. The thing that helps me, man, is Q&A. People asking something, and then I answer it. Keep an eye on your stuff. Yes, Father. Okay. So, I like the idea of Q&A because it's hard for me to come up with something, but the second you said put you before success, I knew exactly what to say, and I could talk for 30 minutes about it. You know what I mean? I just can't, that initial little thing, it's hard to come up with. Anyways, putting you before success makes total sense because you are success. Like, if you're successful, everything around you will become successful. It's like you get that golden touch, but you have to become that person. In our whatever announcement that we're coming up with in January, which we should probably announce soon, Brennan, is we're talking about, we talk a little bit about the idea of becoming, that level 10 person so that you can attract that level 10 success. And that's basically what success is. Like, you can't be a millionaire unless you are the kind of person who makes millions of dollars, like that kind of thing, So, bro, what kind of steps did you want to approach with this?
Well, first, I basically want to talk about the what, the why, and the how. The what is simple, put you before success. And what does that mean? That means when your day starts, before you go to work, before you get ready for work, before you check your email, before you text people, before you do anything that's work-wise, I'm talking about taking care of you first and having that me time or that you time or whatever you want to call it. And this is important because, man, especially in today's society, like if you live in Canada or America or many countries in Europe even, it's like work all the time. There's songs that say work, do work, put the work in, all work. And that is amazing. Seriously, work is important. It's like the only thing, like when it comes down to success, work is like the most black and white thing you could think of. It's like if you work, you will be successful. If you put in the time, you will be successful. As long as you work hard at it. And it's true to an extent. But what happens for so many people is they work, they put in 100 hours a week, they just keep going and they don't stop, they don't sleep, they don't eat, and eventually their body just kind of deteriorates. And not only that does their body get tired, their mind gets tired, their soul, their heart gets tired, because you can't, it's like you need a break, and that's kind of what I'm saying here is you need a break. But not only do you need a break in the sense where, okay, I'm going to take a break from work here and just watch Netflix. I'm going to take a break from work here and just like play some video games. Or I'm going to take a break from work here and just mess around. No, what I'm talking about as a break, I mean a break where you recharge physically, mentally, emotionally. You recharge yourself in the sense where, if your mind's going, 100 million hours, minutes, whatever degrees, you take a moment to meditate and recharge your mind and clear your thoughts and get back to what's most important to you. Because all the time, like I find for me personally, man, like just yesterday I woke up, I slept in a little bit and I woke up a little late and I was just like scrambling to get all these things done that I wanted to get done. work wise, and I had to do all my other stuff at the end of the day for myself. And so that's kind of the what, because at the end of the day, like we said, man, there's this Jim Rohn quote. We we bring it up all the time because it's so important. Success is something you attract by the person you become, and you can't become that person who is successful if you're spending all your time focused on success itself. You have to focus on you, and it's like the vehicle you're driving to success. Right? If you're going to drive a beat down vehicle and you're trying to get to success, wherever Success Street, whatever that is, or I was making up this analogy on the spot, you're just not going to get there. But if you're working on your vehicle, your body, your mind, your soul, your emotions, your knowledge, your wisdom, your ability to take action, your discipline, your focus, your determination, you focus on those things, man, and it don't matter what happens, you will get to success because you know that you are taken care of first, and that's the what and kind of the why. Do you have anything else to add to that, bro?
I mean, what I said in my Ignite talk was pretty simple. Like, success, like, you have to become that person today. Like, how do people lose weight? They become a healthy person today. They don't look healthy right away, but it happens over time. And that's basically what you mean by putting you before success, because success only happens by who you are. So obviously you have to put you before success. So many people that are like, oh, I'll drink 10 billion coffees, I'll get no sleep, and I'll just work, and get myself to my goals. But really, like, once you're at your goals and you're unhealthy and, you know, you feel awful, then you've lost. You're not successful. So where do we fit in the how?
Well, you know what I think is crazy is so many people, they put in all this work to be successful, right? And when they get there to whatever success is, maybe success for you, let's use a number example. Like, okay, I'm successful as soon as I make six figures. As soon as I make $100,000 a year, I am successful, and I could feel successful. I could live successfully. I could, finally give myself a pat on the back and say, yo, I'm successful. Okay, sure. But what happens for those people is they get to that level of success, and then they're like, okay, well, what, like, six figures is nothing. Like, I'm not successful until I get to seven figures or till eight figures or till nine figures. And the point I'm saying here is there's never enough success. There's like, you're never going to reach the point of like complete total all success if your terms of success is money, if it's materialistic stuff. So I think when it comes to putting you before success, the first step I would say is define what success is. And by that I mean define what success is for you personally. Like, how would you know you personally are ready for success? And what is success to you? Like, is it money? Is it fame? Is it like influence, impact, contribution, maybe? Yeah. There's so many things that could get into having that kind of impact. But what's so important is knowing what that success even is, and realizing that there's always another level. Like, don't think the game is over once you reach your goal. It's not game over. The game just keeps going and going and going, and that's the fun of it. Okay. If you were playing Mario right now and you beat the first level and then you went to level 2, and that was like, you just played level 2 over and over and over and over again for the rest of your life, you'd be so bored. You need to make it to that next level. You got to make it to level 3, level 4, level 5. And if you really want to do that, defining what those levels are is so important. So that's a huge step to success, man. I say number one is, what even is success? And what do you need to do to get there? How do you need to feel? How do you need to think? How do you need to behave? That's huge, dude. Anything else to add to that, man?
Another thing about success and like the grind is that's the most fulfilling part, is the work you put in. Because a lot of people, like, I'm going to use the example of video games because I played a lot of Call of Duty. But if you had like an aim hack, which is basically a hack that makes you aim at people easily and like you shoot and they're dead right away. Like you get 100 points, whatever. If you had a hack that just made gaming that easy, you wouldn't really play that much. It would get boring. Like, I could beat everybody. Like, this isn't really that cool. And so just realize that more dopamine fires off when you're working. See, dopamine, a lot of people think dopamine is like a reward. It's like, after I'm done all this, then dopamine gets fired off. Dopamine gets fired off when you think about something. Like, if I'm thinking about dinner, Like my dopamine gets released in my brain because I'm thinking about it. Basically, the way they put it in Sleep Smarter is dopamine is basically the seeking hormone. Like I want more and I want more and I want to see more, and that's basically what you have when you're going down Instagram and you're seeing another photo, and a nice juicy photo is more dopamine firing off, and every time you go on, every time you go to your news feed or whatever, you want more of it. So that's what the grind is like. It's like you need more and more dopamine, and when it's so easy, when it's been given to you, you don't even care about it. You don't take it. You take it for granted. So absolutely, like the path to success is more important than success itself.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's a great step number 2. I'd say step 1 is define what is success. Create that target. And then step 2 is like create the path to success. A path that is like fun and that doesn't drain you, man. Like that's what I think is so important. Is so many people, they just drain themselves to the point where they're like totally screwed. Like if you're not enjoying the process, there's something you could do to enjoy the process. Like think about it, working out, man. If you were working out, and you just absolutely hate it. Okay, what if you put some headphones in and listen to your favorite song? Okay, what if you put on TV and watched your favorite TV show while you're working out? Okay, what if you worked out with a friend? Okay, what if you went and played sports? Okay, what if you went and swam? Like there's so many paths to whatever success is. Like say success for you is like, I want to be healthy. And there's so many different ways you could actually get there. Like you don't have to get on the treadmill. You don't have to get on the grind. You don't have to lift weights. Find what you like. Find the process that you enjoy. And so if step 1 is the target, step 2 is a process that you could use to get there. And also I'd say make sure that process is fueling you and not draining you, right? Like when we talk about food, can we talk about how is this food going to give me energy, or am I going to need to use energy to digest this, right? If you go to McDonald's and get a big cheeseburger, like, dude, your body's hating you right now. Your body's like, bro, like you think this is going to give me energy? Like I need to work to put this down. I need to work to get this down, right? It's the same with your processes. Like if you're going to work for money and maybe what you're doing is you're cutting grass or you're flipping burgers or you're a lawyer or a doctor, and maybe it's something that you just don't enjoy, you just kind of hate it, and it's just draining you. 2 things, maybe there's a way you can make that process more exciting so that you don't hate it as much, and 2, maybe you could just do something else. Once you know what your target is, you don't have to take one specific track or path to that target. You could take any path to that target as long as you know what that target is. That's why step 1, like defining what success is for you, is so important. And you got to put you first. Like in terms of success, like don't say, there's so many different ways of success, right? There's health, happiness, money, relationships, status, blah blah blah, all these things. Okay, money and status and those things should probably be last. What should be first on your list, I'd say, is your emotional well-being, your health. And this is for me personally because like obviously everybody values things differently, but I'd say your emotional well-being, your health, and your connection with spirituality. I think those are the 2. And another way to say it, or those are the most important things: mind, body, soul, dude. Like it starts here with your mind, your body, and your soul. Once that's taken care of, it feels like life just kind of falls into place. So that's awesome, man. What else you got to add to that?
Another thing about success, man. What were you saying earlier? You said the path, right? Thing about the success is like a lot of the times you won't know what the path is. And it's really confusing. Like a lot of people, who was it who said the how is none of your business? I forget who said that.
Les Brown, man.
Les Brown said the how is none of your business. So that makes total sense to an extent. I mean, when we're in school, we're taught that like the how really matters. Like show your math work, otherwise you cheated, right? So sometimes you don't know how it's gonna happen. You just go with the flow, or you things fall into place, as Brennan said. Like, I didn't know that we were gonna create a group called the Motivation Mastermind. It would be up to, I don't know, almost 2,000 members by now, but it just happened. Like, I didn't know that was gonna happen. People got a hold of us, we got a hold of them, we came up with the idea. It happened within a month. So little things like that can just blow up in your life, and it's lovely.
Yeah, when you know what it is you're looking for. Like that's the thing. It's like so many people, they want to be successful, or they want to achieve something, or they just want to feel a certain thing, but they don't like clearly know what that is. And that's why I'm going to keep coming back to step one here, is know what success is for you. Like seriously, if I were to ask you right now, this second, what does it take for you to be successful? How do you have to feel? What do you have to be thinking? What kind of things are you doing on a daily basis that make you feel like, okay, yeah, now I'm successful? Do you feel successful now? Like, what kind of contribution are you making to the world that makes you feel successful? That is so important. Is like, we're talking about putting you before success because that is so important. But to me, putting you first means you're taking care of yourself, which is 100%. Like, you are the most important thing in the universe to you. You need to make sure that you're taken care of, because without you being taken care of, everybody else around you is screwed, right? Because they have to deal with somebody who's not taking care of themselves, right? Like, if you're not taking care of yourself emotionally, you're more prone to snap at people you love. You're more prone to make bad decisions. You're more prone to not being in a position to support the people you love, right? And then success to me really means like, how are you serving this world? Like, how is this planet better because you're here? What are you doing to make this world a better place? Like, for me personally, man, like every single day, what I do to make the world a better place, what I feel makes my world a better place and the people around me, is I learn every single day because I love learning, especially about psychology, especially about how to be like the best you can be. I love learning about human potential and psychology and health and happiness and emotions and all these things. And I don't keep that stuff to myself. I make an effort to share that with the people around me. I make an effort to, like, if somebody has a problem or some sort of issue they have that they want to talk about, like, please come up to me. I would love to talk about that with you. I'd love to coach you through that. I'd love to even just be there as a listener, as a friend. I love to share like little tips and strategies and things that have made my life better, like we do in this podcast. Like, this podcast for me is one of the most fulfilling things I do, because all the things that I learn on a daily basis, I bring to this podcast. Like, if I'm trying something, if there's a story or anything that has benefited my life, I make sure that I share that, because another fulfilling thing for me is like, my success, my legacy will be here. Like, when I die, I could die right now. Friggin' meteor comes and smacks me in the face, and my words will still be here, guys. Like, my podcast, the 40, 30, however many episodes we've done up until this point will still be online. The songs I wrote, the music video I put out today, the lives I've touched with my friends and family, like, all that stuff will still be here. And that to me is success. When you have something like that it transcends you. Like, that's what I mean. It's like, all this stuff that I've done is beyond me. I could die right now and it'll still be here. So will my car, so will my house, so will my computer and my microphone and my phone and all that cool stuff. That'll all be here, but that doesn't mean anything. What success means to me personally is like, dude, what are you serving? Like, success really means service to me. And it's going to be different for everybody else, but I'm telling you this because, one, I'm just super passionate, and then like I just somehow can't shut myself up. And two, I feel like by sharing this and being authentic and being vulnerable and just like completely being myself online to the entire world, I feel like this is my way of contribution. This is my way of like just being out there and helping others in one way or another. And step 3, dude, take massive action all day, every day, constantly. Do you know what I mean by this, Cam?
Absolutely. Like, with anything we talk about on the podcast, if you're not taking action, then you're not following through. You're not learning. You haven't learned anything. Like, I use the example, like, are vegetables healthy? Everybody says, of course, vegetables are healthy. All right, do you know that, like, working out is going to help you lose weight? Well, yeah, everybody says working out loses weight, but, like, so many people are still unhealthy and overweight. So that's the prime example of knowledge is not enough. We actually need to do things. So don't just tune into this podcast all the time. Sometimes it's just nice to, like, listen while you're in a class like Shelby is right now. Sometimes it's nice to just chill and listen to it in the background. But sometimes you have to actually, well, most of the time, you actually have to, like, act on what we talk about, which is kind of tough. We talk about things every single day. So, I mean, we're bombarding you guys with information. But it is very, very important to actually take action.
Yes, buddy. Like, the thing about taking action, and I get caught in this all the time, the first step we talked about is defining success. And what happens in defining success is You got to take a moment and search within. You got to take a moment and sit in your head, sit in your emotions, sit in your feeling for a minute and think, like, what do I want? What does success mean to me? And so there you go, you're in your head. And step two, we talked about defining the path to get there. And that's, again, that's in your head. You have to think like, okay, what am I going to do to get there? And it's even better if you put pen to page, and write down a plan. But this is where people get caught up, is they get caught in their head and they get stuck in this, okay, I'm here in my head and my emotions thinking about what I need to do, where I need to go, what that means to me, all these things. Like, like, stuff doesn't get done in your head. Like, you're not going to get shit done up here. Shit gets done out here in the world, in your body, with your physical. Like, that's how stuff gets done. And so many people are just like sitting in their head thinking, okay, what's success mean to me? What's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing here? How's life? All these things. And that's important. That is seriously important, because if you don't have that part, you're screwed. You're lost. You're just taking massive action towards nothing. But what I would suggest is, you got 24 hours in a day. Spend 1 hour, maybe 1 hour in your head, in your emotions, in your thoughts, searching within, discovering who you are, what you want to do, etc. And then the rest of the time, you should be taking massive action on what you had just thought about, right? Because I've been caught in this trap, man, where I'm sitting down on my couch, just staring at the wall, thinking, oh, what am I going to do with my life? What should I do right now? Like, am I doing the right thing? Is life okay? Like, am I on the right path? All these things. And then like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours go by, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, a year goes by, and nothing got done. Literally nothing. I just sat in my head and tortured myself. And that is not the way to live. You can't just sit in your head and torture yourself over what success is to you or what you're supposed to be doing to get there, because those two parts are super important. But step 3, the most important part, is taking action. So if we're doing like a 24-hour ratio, 1 hour tops should be spent thinking about it. And then the next 23 hours, you need to be taking massive, massive, massive action. And that 1 hour could be meditation. That 1 hour could be journaling. That 1 hour could be, maybe just sitting there and thinking, or having a conversation with a friend or something about life, and talking and doing that kind of stuff. We have to make sure you're actually taking action on it, which I find so many people get caught up in step 1 and step 2, because step 1 and step 2 is sit in your head and think. And that builds momentum, right? Once you're in your head, what's the saying? An object at rest stays at rest, but an object that's moving builds momentum, and it keeps moving faster and faster, and it just makes shit happen. And so that's what I got for you today, man. That's it. Boom. Done. I'm hyper. I'm feeling good. Bye.
What?
Okay, I gotta go. I have to be at the gym in like 4 minutes, so like I gotta go. And I just wanted to get all that out and in on the show now. So I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys. I love the listeners. I love that we could do this and share and talk and contribute. If you have any questions, let me know what you got. If you want to leave us a thing on iTunes, a subscribe and a review, that helps us so much. Just get the show out to other people. Thank you, Cameron. I love you. You are my bro. I would be nothing without you. That's all I got, guys. Love you. Peace.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so Brennan's gone. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Just remember the 3 steps. I honestly forget them. You know why? Because I didn't write them down. When you think about things, nothing happens. You have to write it down. Put it into physical reality, because everybody, just imagine the amount of thoughts that every single person out there has that has never been written down. Just a graveyard of thoughts that nobody can ever remember, nobody can ever think about, because it hasn't been written down. So write down your thoughts every single day. Even if you have like 3 stupid ideas by the end of the day, write it down. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this episode of Leading Life, and we will see you tomorrow.